Roxy, and this is part 3 of my London vacation book haul saga. You can find all the other parts here in the eye. This is my Cambridge/Oxford haul, and the only reason I had to mesh those two together is because in Cambridge I only bought one book. Let's get on with that. It's Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. This is a very physically appealing book that I bought $4 off the original price. Then I went to Oxford and I bought everything in the same bookstore, so that's Blackwell, I think. They have this 3 for 2 in the Cambridge bookstore as well, and I love that because it's like binge, and it's not like a small selection, it's a huge selection on any kind of book and topic, so yeah. I got Gibson's Kings and Queens Brief Lives of the Monarchs. So the thing is that while I was touring London, I kept hearing all these references to all these monarchs. I also went to Westminster Abbey, which is a beautiful place, a breathtaking place. And I realized I have like the timeline all fucked up. Like, I have a faint idea of what we're dealing with here, but not as clear as I thought. So I bought this. They have like a portrait and the date and some facts about him or her. So I think that's essentially what I needed, like just a short timeline that I could rely on and get my facts straight. So yeah. That bookstore also has a second-hand section, and there I got Words in Time and Place by David Crystal, and this says Exploring Language Through the Historical Thesaurus of the Oxford English Dictionary. Then we have The Lost Landscape by Joyce Oates. I'm very much into biographies, and I love like childhood biographies, like formative years. And Joyce Oates, although I've only read like the first half of Blonde by her and nothing else, and I will read more, she still holds such a power over me because I never knew she was so big until I started like really getting into booktube and just like the American publishing industry and like the European publishing industry as well. She's so prolific and I had no idea. And she's also so relevant. She also edited the Best American Essays of the Century for the 20th century, which is a great compilation. It's just I find her an interesting woman and I want to know a bit more about her, and this book also was £1 and it's hardcover, so it was a nice bargain. But yeah, she fascinates me because she's like everything I want to be when I grow up. So yeah. I also got the bottom box, The Story of Women in the 20th Century, told through the clothes they wore. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but it seems fascinating and also very simple and comprehensive. It's like a short book that can carry punch. Also, non-fiction November contender. A Little Book of Language by David Crystal. I have talked previously about David Crystal, but this book, if you are remotely interested in language and linguistics, start by this book. This book is for people who haven't got the faintest idea of linguistics. It was amazing. Like, of course I felt I didn't take as much from it as I could have maybe when I started my linguistics program. However, it did make me think a lot about how I was teaching certain things in my English classes and how I could be an assistant to some of the classes better, and how I could just like get across to people better, because David Crystal methodology is just so good. It's like very like down to your level but not talking down to you, and this can be read by people all ages. If you need a first approach, this is it. Then I bought myself a mystery date with a book, and the thing is that I've seen this of course in a lot of bookstores. In Chile they do this, but I've never run across it. I've just heard about it and I've never had the chance to buy some because most of the ones I've seen have always been super expensive and the blurbs didn't convince, but this one sounded great from the start. It says, strangely beguiling, a Japanese novel rather Murakami-esque but not as esoteric. An utterly charming romance twixt a lonely but stoic woman and her much older sensei. And so I'm going to open it now. And I didn't want to open it until I did this book haul so you could get an honest reaction, and now I'm terrified because like what am I going to do if I hate it and it's going to show. Let's see what it is. It's Hiromi Kawakami, Strange Weather in Tokyo. This is funny as hell. On my last day in London, I went to a bookstore and I bought a bunch of books. I'm going to do a book haul on it. But I was about to get this like 3 times. I was like, but no, I bought enough. But maybe, oh my god, thank god I didn't. And then also thank god that it's this novel because I really wanted to read it. Could you imagine if I had actually bought it? I would feel so stupid. But this was great. Anyways, that was it. Please comment down below talking about these books and tell me what you thought, and just check out the rest of the hauls, and I promise more videos are coming with. Anyway, see you next time. Social media down below. 20th century told through the clothes they were. Again. And this is blah. I was like, I had this in my hand and then I dropped it because I said maybe next time. I'm so lucky sometimes. I feel blessed. I feel truly blessed right now.